All right, we live, Mr. State. So we're gonna do a intro free podcast again. If you want to hear the special music before we get started.
Mm. I'm good on the special music. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but you know, without further ado, man, I know a lot of people wondering what the hell's going on with this tweet, man. So I guess that has to be explained. Because I mean, from my perspective, I see why people were commenting, but I just don't understand what's the why people going so hard about this tweet. So you want me to read it? I'll read it. It says I woke up feeling not good about my team. You say 2020 draft, Obi Toppin, 21 draft, Quentin Grimes. If it was my team, it would have been LaMelo Ball, Scotty Barnes. Then you didn't like the fact that your young core didn't show you special last night. And outside of RJ, they all look average. So I get what you were saying. So I wasn't upset about it. I don't understand why people were going so crazy on that tweet.
It's, I don't know, man. I guess it's just me. I don't know, man. It's starting to get to a point where I'm like, all right. and hit this picture and that character fits that tweet. That's the reason why I put him.
Yeah, he got his fingers folded and stuff. That's just what you do, man. Your gift game is unmatched, man. Like the greatest of all time when it comes to memes and stuff.
Not but okay, like basically my real point of me posting that tweet was let's talk about last night's game, dog. I'm pretty sure you watched most of it, or you watched it, or you got to watch a replay of it. I'm pretty sure you got a chance to watch it. And
Yeah.
Yo, if you want me to be straight up honest with you, I was not
Yeah,
impressed.
give it up.
I wasn't impressed at all, like at all. And what made me not impressed was Randle's all right. All the scapegoats is gone, right? All the scapegoats is gone. We have no scapegoats. Happy New Year, Sherman. I know it's the first day over New Year's. I know you like, how the hell is these guys talking Knicks, man? That's what we do, man. Happy New Year's to you too, Sherman. Salute you again. But man, Sherman just threw me all off the rails. But
We're talking about the game last night.
yeah, so basically, the game I'm watching it last night. I'm watching quickly. I'm watching Deuce McBride, and I'm watching Grimes, and I'm watching these guys to see who can be a guy. That's what I was looking for. Maybe it's just the first game, right, dog? Maybe it's just one game, and we need a larger sample size. But you got to take the bull by the horn. Obi did not look impressive yesterday. Now, like an excuse I could give him: why would you start Deuce McBride over Emmanuel Quickly when Quickly and Obi has played together already? But then at the same time, you're like, who the hell is going to guard SGA? So I can understand why you start Deuce, but then that's stupid. So it's like, it's just constant stuff, bro. Like, I'm
Yo,
looking
when
at
I
the
saw it, I don't understand why he didn't start Burks. I mean, because Burke just came off of starting, so you would think that Burks would be the first guy that he would use to, at least to supplement the offense that Randle was given.
But after you had a large sample size of Burke starting and how horrible it was, how do you go back to it?
It wasn't that horrible. I mean, Burks can score. We know he could score.
It,
So I
it
just understand why you would choose the rookie that didn't play at all and give him his first start. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
When
that's
we should have went with the vet.
I thought I was batshit crazy. Thibodeau was just taking that title from me, huh? Hey,
Yo, he's fucking bugged out, man. Yo, shout out to Geraldine. Me and Geraldine be going back and forth in the chat, during the halftime of crunch time shows, man. I just don't get it. I don't get what Tom Thibodeau was doing. It's almost amateurish how he's running the team. So I mean, I watch other coaches too, even guys that are coaching Houston and even the OKC coach, man. These guys they have a method and they stick to their method and they do what they need to do. But I mean, Tom Thibodeau, game to game, play to play, he don't know what the fuck is going on. So it just puts us at a disadvantage because when you make takes like how you get killed for it, but meanwhile we can only go off of what's happening on the goddamn court.
yeah, that's true. That's true. And from what I watched last night, I'm like, so either the Knicks have a talent issue, dog, and the people who really and mind you, it's way worse toxic Knick fans than me. Like there's worse Knick fans than me that are really toxic. And the people who look at the Knicks and say this young core is trash, those people were kind of vindicated last night with that little small sample size that we had. Now, they weren't vindicated with the RJ Barrett talk, and I know we gonna get to that in a few. But for the rest of the roster, I'm like, I wasn't impressed. Mitchell Robinson, he's the same player from his rookie year, bro. He's the same. Am I lying, diehard?
No, you're not lying, man. That first game, that game that he played yesterday, just seemed like it reminded me of the first game he ever played. It wasn't nothing special, nothing different. You know what I'm saying? Nothing different. He was running pick and roll same way that Fizdale had him running in that first game. It's the same thing. I don't see nothing special about his moves. Like people were breaking it down on Twitter. Like this one dude, he had a breakdown video where he was making it on his phone. He recorded it, saying that we need to do more pick and roll stuff and all this other stuff. But I mean, the point is that we lost by 15 to one of the worst teams in the NBA. And then on top of that, it's like you're talking about RJ making layups with his right hand. That's what the guy was saying. I mean, but is there anything different that you noticed from the first time you ever saw RJ in the Knicks uniform? And it's perspective like a mother. People have their own thought process about stuff, and they go on Twitter and they find who agrees with them, and then they gang up. That's what happened with you, I think, with that tweet.
So I think you're talking about Ethan's tweet. Shout outs to Ethan. And I
think
Ethan.
It was the kid Ethan.
And he was discussing why can't RJ be the primary offense initiator? And I agree with Ethan, but I do agree with you too from this perspective, right? RJ Barrett is literally the same guy he was last season, this season.
Yeah.
What has he shown me different this season from last season? He's doubling down on what he does best, and the Knicks are not using his best abilities in the offense. That's what I'm saying. And it's okay if RJ Barrett is an old school. He's old school. It's okay. You could be great at what you do. It's okay. RJ is great at what he does. The difference between RJ and Mitch, RJ is able to put it on the floor, and he's a perimeter player, whereas Mitch has to rely on point guard play. So I'm not mad at what you said. I agree with it, but then I disagree with it because how much can RJ really show when the ball is always in Randle's hands? And this is literally the first time. Like yo, dog, this is literally the first time in 3 years, probably where Randle has sat out a game and the offense went straight through RJ. Hey, what's up, Mr. Senior sir? How you doing, brother?
Yeah, well, I mean, it still comes down to coaching, man, because why can't we run stuff through RJ Barrett? Why can't we? Why do we have to constantly pressure Julius Randle to do so much? He got to bring the ball up, set up his own post position. We say it every single podcast. So it doesn't make sense. We have the talent on the roster. Kemba Walker, we don't run no sets through him either. Fournier is just like completely lost. He has no confidence. A guy that this NBA veteran, and all of a sudden he becomes a Knick. He has no confidence because we don't run no sets for him. No. We don't run no sets for nobody. Mitchell Robinson goes to Instagram on his stories, and he wants to talk about that he's just out there running cardio and stuff like that. Yeah, but it's true. Like let's run some pick and roll for Mitchell Robinson. Like we have so much room to do all of this stuff in the offense, and we can keep it funky every night. But every single play, every single game, we're running the same sets, and nobody wants to change it. I don't get it. We have the talent. We have talent on the roster that we could take advantage of.
And then, you got stuff like RJ runs as the pick and roll initiator, just about 14% of the time of the team's total pick and roll possessions, which is third most on the team. And right below him is Evan Fournier, which is almost 13% as well. Die hard. RJ should be in the. Am I asking for too much? Should he just be in the 20th percentile? Should it be up to 20%? Should it be up to 30%? If you know it, when you're a good coach and you know your talent, you try to put them in the best situation possible to succeed. I'm gonna ask you a question, y'all, that I asked on Twitter. Have you ever seen a RJ and Randle pick and roll?
No, no, and that should be a fixture. You know what I'm saying? That should be a fixture in the offense. I don't get it. These are the two returning leading scorers from last year. You know, what, 20 something points a game and 17 points a game, and then this year we don't run no 2-man game with them. It doesn't make any sense at all. It doesn't make any sense.
And Evan Fournier, so this is why I'm disappointed in Evan Fournier, dog. I'm disappointed in Leon Rose too. We got to start bringing him the heat. I'm about to start bringing him the heat too. Evan Fournier has been really terrible this season. He's been so bad that why did we sign him in the first place? Now, think about it. If you drafted Grimes, who has this similar player profile as a Evan Fournier, as a Alec Burks, who could play in a similar role. Granted, he's a rookie. I wasn't going to mention Evan Grimes' start because one of his starts, he was completely pathetic. But Grimes is a rookie, so I can let him slide. But why, dog? I mean, why?
I just don't get it. I don't get it either, man. I just don't get it. It's like it's a mystery. It's a mystery. But you know, I want to see what Sherman is saying here. This guy, he's saying that no, this is the other one. He was talking about IQ. IQ missed Mitch 5 times in the pick and roll. RJ missed Mitch twice. You know, I mean, you know, the misses are happening across the board. You're talking about Fournier. How much opportunities does Fournier have to score? He's been open so much. He drives down the lane and then he turns around and kicks it back out. He passes up shots and he should be the third option on this team. He should be the third option, and he's passing shots up. You know, you want to blame Quickly for not passing? Okay, that could be true, but Quickly needs to get that shot. You know, he needs to get action run for him too if he's out there. You know, it's just all across the board. RJ misses Mitch twice, but you could in that same clip that Ethan was playing, Ethan was cooking with Mitch for a little while. You know, you basically fed him all of his points from yesterday. You know, so you know people could think and remember what they want to. Video says another thing, and just day in and day out of watching the same stuff over and over and over again, it just drives us crazy, man. Geraldine said in the chat, she was like, just kind of like, I forgot what she said. She said, better days are coming. You know, a lot of people on that thing too. My pops was saying last night that guys need to play hard and this, that, and the other. It's not all about coaching. But it's like, it's like almost like beating a dead horse every single night with this crew. You know, we should be way better than we are now.
I shouldn't have to tell dudes like Evan Fournier and Randle to play harder. They don't. I shouldn't have to tell. I should be telling the kids to play harder. I should never have to say to myself that these guys don't play hard. And one of the biggest things that I seen last night. This was another first time in about 2-3 years. It's the first time I watched the Knicks game. I seen ball movement throughout the whole game, dog. Whole game, the ball was moving. The ball was moving. RJ looked good. The paint was open. They was playing faster. The floor was more spread. And, okay, we only scored 80 points. We was 8 for 41 from 3. And OKC, the worst three-point shooting team in the league, got hot for a game. It's an aberration. So I could take the good with the bad, but at the same time, the bad was glaring to me to the point where I had to shoot that tweet out. Because you give me Quentin Grimes, and you give me Quentin Grimes. I'll give you a good example. You give me Quentin Grimes. And Franz Wagner, the 8th pick in this year's draft. has a higher career point scoring total than RJ Barrett?
I don't know what to say, man. I've been, I love RJ. Yeah, everybody loves RJ. Everybody wants him to succeed. But I mean, I've been saying it all year. I mean, me and you had a big argument about it too when he had the 5-game streak when he was like over 20 points a game. Me was kind of arguing about it then. But I mean, it just changes from game to game, play to play. You know what these guys can do. It just is mind boggling. You know what's mind boggling too. You said 8 for 41. That killed me too, man. If we would have made at least at the same amount of 3-pointers that they made, 18. If we made 10 more, add 30 points, right? 30 at is that's what it is, at 30 points to our total, we would have beat them by what we would have beat them by 5 at least.
See, and that's just today's NBA. That's just today's NBA. And what another thing that I noticed from the game, let's put to bed the whole we can't run the offense through RJ stuff. I want to put it to bed. You seen it last night with his handle as a 3-year-old kid. But what I just maybe it's the coach down because this offense is still trash. It is not creative at all.
Nah, man. Just looking at OKC. I'm mad at that coach in that organization because they have a lot of young guys, but at the same time, they're not so bad that they have to keep taking guys out the rotation. They take guys out the rotation for no reason. They bench certain guys for no reason just to give other young guys more time. There's no way to run an organization, man. It's not fair for these guys like Dort, Wiggins. You got Roby's in and out of the lineup. This guy Jerome. Is Poku, all these different guys, they deserve to get 20-something minutes a game. You have to make a stand with some of these guys. Maldon, whatever, the point guard, he was getting DMPs for no reason because he would play well. He was playing well. All these guys had points in the season where they were playing pretty good. A guy like Dirk Favors needs to be on another team. It's like, come on, man. Like what are they doing there? They're kind of like wasting their youth there. So I don't want to, like if I could compare the Knicks and them, I don't want to be like them. But at the same time, their coaching staff, the way that they run their offense, I was complimenting the way that they had spacing. They would just had great spacing all night against us, So even though they didn't have the same talent, they just had room to move out there, and they was able to get free, just basic moving the basketball. And the Knicks don't have that. The Knicks just don't have that. They didn't have it all night.
So I don't want to point the finger that hard. I think the issue with the starter spacing is it falls right on Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle. What I watched last night, when Mitch was off the floor, the paint was wide open for RJ Barrett. It was. I've never seen RJ Barrett have that much space driving to the paint, driving to the basket. And then another thing too that I gotta bring up again. Mitch Stones, he sets horrible screens down.
Yo, he don't even touch the dude, man.
Oh my God.
He comes and sets the pick and then he just walks away. Doesn't even touch the guy. I don't get it. It's bugged out. But I'm against RJ Barrett having the offense run through him specifically. You had debates about it too. But he can make great decisions. But the point is though, when he does make those plays, usually Julius Randle is standing right next to him, close enough to lick him. It's like he can smell his breath. That's how close he is to him because his spacing is so bad. So I mean, if RJ gets the ball, it should be like, okay, RJ got the ball. We running this set. Let me get into my spots. Get out the way. Let RJ do his thing. And then like Julius Randle could take the play off, go hang out by the 3-point line, and let him get 3-point shots because he's a great 3-point shooter, decent 3-point shooter. So let him get off, so get a little break, and then after RJ, after that goes, then we can go back to Julius Randle pounding it into the ground. We could just mix it up. There's so much freedom that we should be having in his offense because like if Kemba got it going, let Kemba rock. You know what I'm saying? Let Julius Randle stay in the corner. Let RJ play off of him. Let's get Mitchell Robinson loose. Let's run some pick and rolls for Fournier. Let's get RJ doing his thing too. We can mix it up so much. Like I just don't understand why we just not doing that, man.
Yeah, I don't understand either. Keep going.
Well, my pops brings up the DLeague. Bring the Knicks DLeague team up. The Knicks, and the Knicks team down for a few games. So he wants to switch rosters. But that's funny, man. But I mean, who's coaching our G League team? I would like to have him come up and let's see what he can do. Let's demote Tom Thibodeau to the G League and bring up the G League coach. Can we do that? Is that a thing?
Man, I don't know, man. The Knicks got to get it together. And then another thing I seen too, and I really dislike this, and this is why I don't like 30s fans. I don't like number 30s fans. I don't like them at all. They make Twitter unenjoyable. When I come on Twitter and I see tweets like the Knicks lost by, I'm not even going to name this person, but the Knicks lost by 15 without Julius Randle. Some of y'all are without your favorite scapegoat. So what? So now what? You're right about that, but then you're dead wrong. You're dead wrong because it makes it seem like you kind of wanted the Knicks to lose just so you could prove a point.
I hate that. I hate those fans. But everybody's guilty of that, though, man. Guys that are on the side of Julius, guys on the side of RJ. There's guys that are on the side of RJ that say the same thing. They say RJ scored 26 points. Yeah, but they forget the whole fact that we lost by 15, though. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that he got 26 and we won. We lost by 15. So it didn't work. It didn't work either. Mitchell Robinson, there's Mitchell Robinson fans out there. There's, everybody out there got their thing. The worst was Frank Ntilikina. I got to bring him up every episode. The absolute worst is Frank Ntilikina. Even to this day, he don't even play for the Knicks no more. People gotta mention, he had 1 point last night. Did you see that? You know what I'm saying? Great defense. That's what's not fun about this whole internet thing, and just fans and stuff. That's what's not really fun about it.
So I try to do it. I do it too, but now I'm cutting down on it a lot because I don't want to make it seem like I want the Knicks to lose or win just so my narrative could be true. That's what really annoyed me about earlier, dog, the most, because you people act like I want them to lose on purpose. When I watched that game yesterday, it looked like the Knicks had a talent problem. It really do. And if RJ is our best prospect, okay, cool. He's the number 3 overall pick. But did you not see the talent around him yesterday? And did you not question that just a little bit, a smudge? And then I bring up 2020 and 2021 drafts for a reason. Don, let's talk about Obi Toppin real quick.
Okay.
Tell me how you feel about Obi.
I'm very hard on him because I see the potential. I think that his work ethic is great. I feel like that he really cares. I think he loves basketball. So that's something that translates with the way that he plays. So if I'm critiquing him, it's because of the love thing. Because I know he's gonna get there. So I'm watching him play, man. Yesterday, it's like it's hard to give takes because it's just the same. Cycle. Did we run enough offense through Obi Toppin? He was starting. Did we even attempt to do a pick and roll with him when he was out there? Did we even attempt to get him to cut to the basket or anything? Even with RJ there, we running the offense to RJ. Okay, that's fine and dandy. But did we even try to get Obi Toppin involved to let him even touch the rim a little bit? Not at all.
Obi Toppin had 4 shot attempts starting.
How does that happen?
Yo, I was trying. So why would you start Deuce McBride over Quickly, knowing that Quickly and Obi has played?
Holy shucks, man.
That's 1. 2, besides that part, this goes back to the 2020 draft. You have Cole Anthony, you have Tyrese Halliburton just sitting there. You got these fake rumors, even if they fake, you have fake rumors that the Knicks could move up to get the number 2 overall pick. Mitch, 8th pick, 21st pick, another couple more picks. However the case may be. You had a chance to get your starting point guard. You didn't go that route. You had me watching Alfred Payton for 2 straight years. So we get what we deserve, dog.
Yeah, absolutely.
We get what we deserve, man.
Yo, a shout out to Rafael Ellis Diaz. He was he was saying that the OKC coach was out with health and safety protocol, so that makes it worse. Doesn't it make it worse? So their head coach wasn't even there. It was their substitution coach that was out there out coaching Tom Thibodeau. Doesn't that make the situation even worse? To me that compounds it. You know, how do you get out coached by the substitute coach? You know what I'm saying?
And
So,
to like just staying with Obi Toppin, like you got Cole Anthony, you got Halliburton, you could have had your starting point guard, but you choose Julius Randle's backup. What value is in that, dog? What is the value in that? And even if, let's say, even if you wanted to trade Randle, you confident that Obi can really start at power forward full time and give us production on? I don't need it to be Julius Randle production at all. But do you think he could give us great production from that spot? I kind of don't know, because he kind of still can't post people up.
yeah,
That is bad. And I had a
Yeah.
dude tell me today, Obi Toppin needs development. Development where? Where? Do
a grown
Anthony
ass
Edwards
man,
need
dude.
development? Do LaMelo need development? Where?
Yo, that development argument is so tired, man. Because it's either you can play or you can't. You know, like we've drafted bad. We drafted Knox. We drafted Frank. We drafted a couple of guys throughout the years. You know, some guys made it, some guys didn't. But just because they don't make it, is it because the Knicks didn't develop them right? Or if any player that's drafted in the history of the NBA, if they don't pan out, is it because that particular team did not develop them properly? No, it's either you can play or you can't. Some players can develop whatever, but they still had the basic skill set. Like Paul George could jump out the gym. He wasn't coached to jump out the gym. You know,
No.
he still was able to do whatever, but he was able to get better on his own and whatever, develop his thing. DeMar DeRozan, you mentioned him a couple podcasts back. When he first came in the league, he didn't have that handle. You know what I'm saying? He developed that handle, but he still was quick. You know, he still had the quickness, whatever. You know, so I mean, you can't teach guys something if they just can't. So some people in their mind, they just don't have it in their mind. Not everybody is built for this, you know.
So I don't know, and it's like after you draft the dude, you go into the very next season, right? And Obi's first season, half of his season, he looked unplayable. Then you go into the very next season, you get the 4th seed, and you draft Quentin Grimes with your first round draft pick. Grimes can't even put it on the floor right now. He can't even put the ball on the floor right now. So this is kind of what is going on here. I don't like what transpired the last 2 years. You could have had high. All I'm saying about the last 2 years before this season, because this was the season I wanted to win, was after you draft RJ, you're supposed to go all in on the 2020 and 2021 drafts. That's and get some blue chippers. You could trade those guys for a superstar, or you could grow those guys. Even if RJ wasn't Batman, you could still grow with RJ Barrett, and then you'll probably have, well, basically what I want is Scotty Barnes, and you could probably have Scotty Barnes as the prize possession. But
Yeah, you know, so I just want to put the tweet out because we opened up the podcast talking about it, but for those that are just popping in, now let's see what we're saying. This is the tweet that you're referring to with the Scotty Barnes thing. You know, the reason why you said Scotty Barnes, it wasn't because like, oh, I would have drafted him at the 21st pick. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's what I don't get, man.
Let me walk again. Oh, thank God. That's why I love that hard, man.
Yeah, I mean, I got what State was saying. He wasn't saying that, oh, we should have drafted Scotty Barnes at the 21st pick where we had it. It's like, come on, man. State was saying that the Knicks should have probably tanked instead of making the playoffs. That way we could be in position to draft Scotty Barnes higher in the draft. That's where I get from it. So I mean, me and Steve talked about that plenty of times, since me and him been doing this podcast together. I didn't agree with him a couple times, sometimes I agree with him. Today I kind of agree with that. Hindsight is always 20/20 though. But like today, like let's say if the Knicks did do that, if we didn't make the playoffs, just skip the playoffs one season, just so we can get that kid. So I mean I feel like if we did do that, that might have been a good decision, because then this year we probably would have made the playoffs. This year we would have been more solid, rather than make the playoffs last year. We everything is good, and then now we have a fallback year. So I kind of agree with you. If we would have tanked last year and didn't make the playoffs, get Scotty Barnes or whatever you say, with a higher draft pick, not with the 21st pick, but a lottery pick, whatever Scotty Barnes was drafted. If he was in that spot and took Scotty Barnes, then this year we would probably make the playoffs, and then the following season we wouldn't have a letdown. It would just be progressing. So I get what you're trying to say with that. So I'm trying not to get banned by YouTube, what I'm saying, with my language, and my pops is watching, so I can't say certain things, you know what I'm saying? But this got to be some kind of like animal magnetism or something, or like something that the people are attracted to State. He posts things, and people go off their thing, and then they keep romanticizing all this engagement with State about his takes. Come on, man. Let's have some common sense with stuff. Everything is just not always like some kind of drama shit. State is probably one of the smartest dudes out here. Straight up and down. And I think that's the reason why people like to troll him like that. That is what it is to me.
I'm like, yeah, dude gonna say, well, you remember the 2003 draft? You remember who the Knicks drafted in 2003? Was it Mike Sweetney?
It might have been Sweetney, yeah.
Mike Othello, Harrington, or whatever.
Because that was a LeBron draft, right?
Yeah.
So I think it was Sweetney.
Do you remember what the Knicks tried to do that year?
I don't know if I want to revisit that shit, man.
The Knicks wanted to win that year. And you got a super chat, bro.
Yeah, I just peeped that just now. I think that's one of our guys. I got to scroll down. Jesus Christ.
Hey, what's up, Parrish?
Mr. Parrish. Yeah, what's up, Parrish? He says, do you know how ridiculous you sound? So Grimes can't put the ball on the floor. 5 games played. Stop. You think Scotty Barnes can deal with that?
Yeah.
I don't know, State.
Let's separate the two, Mr. Parrish. You know why? Scotty Barnes and Quentin Grimes could be teammates on the Knicks right now.
Facts.
What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
They could be teammates, bro. You guys, y'all got what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted the playoffs. You got smoked by the Hawks, and you got gifted $78 million with Evan Fournier. That's what y'all wanted. That's what y'all got. So I don't know. I don't know what else can you say to me. Like, and then the only reason why Grimes is really playing, because dudes is on COVID protocol. It's not like Tibbs wanted to play him.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, I really don't know, man. I feel like Tom Thibodeau needs to come on this podcast and just let's talk, man, or somebody. Just give me an explanation of why things are going on the way that they're going. That's all, man.
Like, Grimes could put the ball on the floor, but I've seen Scotty Barnes go coast to coast and jam on everybody. I've seen Jonathan Kuminga go off the dribble and jam it on everybody. I wanted a wing.
The way Scotty Barnes is playing now, Scotty Barnes could be playing the RJ role that Tom Thibodeau wants RJ to play, and then RJ could be in that shooting guard spot, and then you don't have to sign Fournier. You know what I'm saying? Then you don't got to sign Fournier. We could spend that money on something else.
The Knicks are so damn funny. The Knicks have Scotty Barnes coming off the bench for Evan Fournier, man. That's how trash this thing. And I can't even definitely say that it wouldn't happen. Example. Dude said the Knicks should have drafted Garland over RJ Barrett. Garland ass would have been parked on that bench for Alfred Payton. Y'all gotta stop that garbage. That garbage.
Yo, not for nothing, Scotty Barnes would have been in the G League, man. He would have been in the damn G League, bro.
Yo,
The way that this roster's been going, how we been handling things. So I mean, your state like you said, Leon Rose, right? Leon Rose is definitely on the hot seat, man. So they have yet to make like a big splash, like a the heat is on Julius Randle. He's taking it. He's taking the heat. Everybody knows that. Tom Thibodeau right now is getting a lot of heat from us out here too. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, Nick picking on certain other people too. But Leon Rose has yet to make a splash. He has yet to trade anybody significant, and that type of thing. So he really is on a hot seat, man. So a lot of people are asking for trades, man. We talk about trades now and then. So what do you think? Who do you think should be out of here, man? Or what do you think the Knicks should do? Or Leon should do?
I don't know, bro. Yeah, after last night's game, what I've seen from that young core, because on one hand you want to improve the team, right? So I wouldn't mind. Look, I love these guys on my roster, but it's always about the front of the jersey. It's never about the back of the jersey. So I would absolutely trade these kids for help. But why? So we could get smoked by the Bucks? Giannis ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
So and it takes,
holy shit.
It takes years to get this shit right, man. So I don't know, man. Y'all say Scotty Barnes, man. We could have got Franz Wagner. We could have got Kuminga. We could have got Suggs. We could have got any one of those guys. It's not about just Scotty Barnes. Any one of those guys. I tell you now, I'd rather have Kuminga, Jalen Green, Scotty Barnes, and any one of those guys than Evan Fournier and Alec Burks on my roster right now.
Yeah, it's a fact of life. I feel like a stripper, man. Paris Duggar just threw another $5 at us, man. Now I feel like I need to take him in the back room and give him a private dance now. So what's he saying here? I think this might be it. Might be.
Audience. Oh God, man.
Oh my God. Yeah, I get it.
People still take stock into that almighty bull seed. When will they learn? The whole team has regressed. The whole team shoots worse than last season. Why don't y'all just understand and accept that was an aberration?
Not for nothing, man. When we were losing, like Knicks fans were still watching. We was making podcasts I want to talk about every day, just about, and people were watching during that time. You know what I'm saying? We were losing this. I'm talking about the what's the name era, the Fizdale era. That was a horrible season, man, and people were watching more than they're watching now.
I listened to an old podcast with me and you during the Fizdale era. This podcast that we had together, it was an audio pod.
Yeah.
And I think it was after the Cleveland game, and Steve Mills and Scott Perry did the infamous the speech about we weren't supposed to be like this in the first 10 game and this, that, and the third, and
with his face like this and shit.
Looking crazy.
Yeah.
You remember I was defending Fizdale? I was on Twitter defending Fizdale during that. Defending him. So how can people be like, you just got an agenda and y'all got narratives and this, that, and third. And what else you want me to do? What else? Go ahead.
You got to call it like you see it. You know what I'm saying? At the time, if something's happening and you don't agree, or you do agree, or whatever, you feel strong, you got to call it like you see it, because that's all we got to go by. We're not going by wins and losses and this, that, and the other. You could go by with whatever's happening. So, bad coaching, bad player on development, bad trades, bad signings, and all this other stuff. This is what they put in our plate. So we gotta react to it. That's what this whole thing is all about. So. Like bad takes from back from during that time. I guess you just got to deal with it. You just got to deal with the stuff that we say, because they put it on our plate. What can you do? We look crazy one day, look good the next day. It all depends on what's happening right now.
The whole goddamn team is inconsistent. The team goes as far as your best players go.
Yeah.
Who's the Knicks' best players besides Derrick Rose? Get better Derrick Rose. But who the Knicks' best two players? Well, it's Randle and RJ, right?
Yeah.
Both of them two in Memphis is inconsistent as they can be. So why do you
Yeah.
think the team is inconsistent?
Yeah, everybody wants, let's say RJ Barrett, the way that he played yesterday, I wish we would see more of it. But at the same time, he does get opportunities driving to the basket and stuff. He misses a lot of these layups and a lot of points in the paint and stuff. He misses wide open threes. He's like very inconsistent. He's actually like almost like John Starks in a way, because John Starks would be hot and the next minute he'd be ice cold. So. Not to compare him to John Starks, but just in the same way that he's like a flamethrower. He's like he could be hot 1 second and bad, really, really bad the next.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it is what it is, man. Guys have to capitalize on opportunities that they get. So I mean, if RJ Barrett is making these layups, throughout the year and things of that nature, then it opens it up for Julius Randle to have a little less pressure on him. And when Fournier, is like trying to crack the backboard with his jump shots and stuff, if he was making those shots, then it would make everyone else. It would take the pressure off everybody else.
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying?
Yes, and I know we be getting on the players. Low key a stat that I seen. Julius Randle. I think the Knicks missed the most wide open 3-pointers in the league.
Yeah.
And they do be nice with Randle be doming cats, doming them, throwing out the dominer. They clanking everything. And then that reverts to Randle being like, you know what? I'm going ISO Randle mode, man. These dudes is playing. Let me take the bull by the horn. But that's another thing I need from RJ. RJ's mad assertive. And I was talking to Josh yesterday. Shout out to Josh. For nothing but Knicks. I was talking to Josh yesterday, and he was telling me like, "Yo, RJ's assertive." And I was thinking, I'm like, "Yo, Josh, you so damn right." You know that video the other day of RJ cursing that fan out, like you watching me, right? The first time I ever seen him be angry. First time. I need more nastiness. This is New York. This ain't OKC where Shea could be smiling everywhere. No. I need you with a beard or something. Crunchy hair. Your hairline messed up. I need that back. That's what I need back.
Yeah, definitely, man.
OG getting on me. You gotta show that switch.
Yeah, he's going at you, man. I mean, oh my god. He said he's 59. You 59, man? Is that your picture there, or is that like your son's
probably
picture?
His son. Yeah, that's probably his son. You got to recognize the Knicks don't win the lottery. We got a real good young group with the picks on the way. Stop being so short-sighted. I'm one of the main defenders of the Knicks young core on Twitter. Do you know who you talking to, brother? I said I wouldn't trade RJ for God, and he talking about stop talking about the Knicks. What is he talking about? What is he talking about? So I should be the one who can. Excuse me. Shit, I could be the one who can shit on my kids whenever I want. I think I've earned that right. So if I've seen the young core look like booty cheeks yesterday, they look trash. Just keep running.
State being short-sighted, I think that's like so far from the truth, man.
I mean, I be trying to look 3-4 years ahead down the line. That's how that, and the Knicks forced me to operate like that.
What's some of your your famous quotes? What do you say? Like, what's it? 2 years away from being 2 years away?
Yo, they 2 years away from being 2 years away, dog. That's how I feel about this team. Almighty fourth seed, man.
Yeah, short-sighted. You're talking about short-sightedness. He's been preaching build through the kids for forever. I think play the kids you should freaking copyright that, man. People should pay you royalties for that, because I think you freaking coined that phrase, man.
Because this is garbage, man. This is garbage, and it's not even it's tough. Because what scares me the most, dog, and I always say this to you, dog, I don't want to be in the middle of the road team. That is the worst. Oh, what's up, brother? BKF. What's up, brother?
Yeah, I had to give love, man. He's showing love to the pod.
What's up?
Appreciate you, man.
Happy New Year. Happy, AKA Happy 2022. Let's get up. Get the lights for a better year because we made this every stream great. Happy New Year, Eve, dog. Yeah, well, I appreciate you too. Sorry, I'm still a little out of it from yesterday. I can't. I don't even know how I'm awake right now, dog. I guess when you get older, your body gets stronger. If I was 21, I'd have called out of work.
Nah, man. If I was 21, I don't think I would have slept since Thursday. That's how I was living when I was 21. I was fucking like burning candle at both ends back then. Like last night, I didn't do nothing. I had my kids and stuff. I yelled at my kids, put them to bed early. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm up with my wife and stuff. I did the Knicks podcast and whatever. We was drinking coquito. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm sitting on the couch like, damn, my fucking body is killing me, And then I woke, I think I woke up today like 10:30 or something like that, and I didn't do nothing yesterday. So it is what it is, man.
Yeah, man. That's when you know you get older. I knew. Last night, me and my friends, we drinking and stuff. Everybody having fun. So I buy we go 50-50. We buy 2 big Cirocs. They're big as hell, dog. We was drinking everything. Yo, dog, I swear to God, I went to sleep with my phone on my chest like this, dog. I got up this morning. I was like, oh man, I know, and I got up like 8, 9 in the morning, and I had to eat some food. I was like, man, I might as well just stay up for today. So I don't even know how I'm awake right now. I'm dead tired. I know I am. I ain't going to sleep.
Yeah, I miss those days, man. Like when I was younger, I don't think I would have even seen my place. I would have been sleeping in various people's houses or whatever. Been to work back and forth and still haven't been home yet. That's the vibe I would have been on, man. I don't miss those days at all because it's a lot of wasted time to me and a lot of wasted money and all that stuff too. But I mean, you get the memories, you have fun and stuff. So I think that's the most important thing. Good memories and stuff.
Yeah, man, definitely good memories. Well, anything to get this ridiculous Knicks team off my mind because obviously I woke up with the Knicks on my mind. Oh my Jesus Christ! And thank you, Hack Breezo. Please share this. This is exactly my issue with the Knicks right now. Exactly what. But I disagree with the last part. He says Knicks failed to add great talent around their number 3 overall pick in back-to-back years. I agree with that, but I disagree with that. I think we've had okay drafts. I think we had B level drafts, right?
Yeah.
Could have had Holly and RJ, and we could have been in the lotto again, and could have gotten Mobley or Barnes. And Leon Rose is just selling tickets. I disagree with the Leon Rose is selling tickets part. I disagree with that.
Yeah, I disagree with that too.
Yeah, I strongly disagree with that. Leon Rose was Carmelo Anthony's agent back then, just for the youngins who's watching. So he knows what it's like to trade all your goddamn draft picks and players for a guy and then decimate your roster. So we'll see. I disagree with the Leon selling tickets a lot, for sure. Yeah.
When it comes to selling tickets, that whole conversation has got to be dead with us, man. Because I mean, we're like the most wealthy franchise. So we're gonna get money regardless if we want to talk about organization and stuff. And if you ever been to a Knicks game, it's always packed, man. It's always sold out in that arena. You got corporate seats in there. You got corporate box seats. All kind of parties and Knicks get-togethers are going on there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of season ticket holders out there. So. The Knicks gonna get their money regardless, So when it comes to selling tickets or putting somebody on a marquee, I think that's really, really it. Putting somebody on a marquee. James Dolan was really into that. He wanted to have like Melo. He wanted to have somebody to put on the marquee. But I think those days are over. With the just by James Dolan sitting back and letting the guys do what they do. You know what I'm saying? So that type of thing. That's one thing too. I hope he never bring up Dolan again. Because when we start losing, people start talking about Dolan, like they want him to get involved, or whatever, So it's just crazy sometimes.
Yo, this might sound crazy. Yo, Dolan might low key be one of the best sports owners, and he might be one of the best sports owners in all of sports.
I agree with that. And shout out to Okafulio. I don't know if Uncle Fulio would agree with that.
You know what? Well, he's younger than me. So, Uncle Fulio, let me tell you something. Leon Rose. James Dolan has hired the most minorities I've ever seen in sports across the board. Any sport, pick it. MLB, hockey. Don't even get me started. We ain't even gonna talk about football. We know how football is. So any sport, yeah, is the most minorities. You got a team like, I'm gonna give you a good example. You got a team like the New York Giants, dog. I'm a fan of the Giants and I'm a fan of the Knicks. The New York Giants will never, ever in my lifetime, I'll be in the grave before this happens, let a black quarterback lead that franchise.
Oh, black anything. and no level of their organization. You already know that already.
So I get mad when people say Dolan's a bad owner. Dolan is absolved from everything right now. I don't even want to hear about Dolan. I want to hear about Tibbs, Leon Rose, World Wide West, because World Wide West seems like he ain't doing nothing. What's the other guy now? I want to hear about that.
Yeah, man. To keep Giants in the situation too. Giants every once in a while they'll do something and they'll win out of nowhere. So the Giants have done that throughout the years. Right now they're in a rut, but they don't draft well. They haven't been drafting well. They don't want to spend money the right way. You know what I'm saying? But that was never the case with James Dolan. James Dolan would spend his last dollar. During that 2000s era when we was bad, dog shit for 20 years, we was bad. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker, he was in the red for 20 years. How would you in the tax tax hell, paying the luxury tax for 20 years? You know what I'm saying? And say that he's a bad owner. Maybe he's stupid. That's one thing. He's wasting all that money and making all these bad decisions and stuff. But you can't say that he wasn't trying. It's not like we was like signing. Hey, let's sign like Simeon Russell to coach the Knicks. Like somebody from YouTube is what I'm trying to say. He was signing the top coaches of all time. Lenny Wilkins. Larry Brown was here. He hired Phil Jackson. Like what you want to say. What you want to say? The best names in the sport he was hiring, bro. So you can't say that he wasn't like trying. So it's kind of bugged out, man. I just don't. Yeah,
he trusted a black man who was horrible at his job for 17 years.
17 years.
If you don't have a Caucasian man trust you like James Dolan trust Steve Mills, I don't want to hear you.
Yo,
I don't want to hear you. Let's call it a spade a spade. Let's call it a spade a spade. I don't want to hear about James Dolan being a bad owner. I don't want to hear about that. And I said that just to get the chuckle for the people who's listening to this in their headphones while they're walking to work. Because I know they're going to chuckle for that comment. So I don't want to hear bad about James Dolan. I love that, man.
Yeah, he was riding for Steve Mills, man. I could see the thing. Yo, man, we need to get rid of Steve. Nah, Steve is my friend, bro. You don't know him like I know him. That's my guy, okay? You know what I'm saying? So everybody needs somebody like that in their life, man. Definitely James Dolan's the one. Definitely, man. Absolutely. So shout out to Paris too, man. Paris still throwing dollars at us, man. Jesus Christ, man. I'm about to start twerking in a second. You keep throwing dollars at me, bro.
Twerking in this motherfucker.
Oh man, I appreciate you, man. Definitely, absolutely.
Yeah, but this team, man, the Knicks gotta do so much better, man. This is regardless. This is such a disappointing season, and thank you, Paris, man. We definitely try to. So with me and Dard, we try to look at both sides of the point. I listen to a lot of other people's podcasts, and I hate listening to a podcast where for a straight hour, the dude talks about everything positive. Everything is just flowers. I'm from New York. We wake up every day, man. So how the Knicks we ain't in no championship caliber team.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to talk about movies and shit like that? Like, if you watch a New York-based movie, how many times do they say the F word? You know what I'm saying? In those movies, it's like F this, F that, the F, constantly saying the F word in the New York City movies. So I mean, so the podcast is gonna be like, hey guys, this is a New York City podcast, Dire Knicks podcast, with the state of New York Knicks, Dire State of Mind. This is what we're doing here. The Knicks are really good and they're playing great at good basketball. You just got to stick with it. And that's not how we talk. We don't talk that way at all.
Nah. So, and
I mean, if you want me to, if you throw me another $1, Parrish, I'll talk like that if you want.
So they'll win the damn championship this year. but shout outs to Jay from Florida. Yo, shout outs to Jay, man. Cool dude. Never met the dude. Feel like he's a cousin from another mother. One of my favorite follows on Twitter. Leon Rose is too conservative family. I agree with that. I don't like that about him. He never goes to the dice game. I said this to you, Dolan, a couple weeks ago. He never goes to the dice game with thinking about stopping bank. He wants to go to the dice game and call little $5 bets on the side. That's what Leon Rose want to do. Year after year, he's never took the risk. The Warriors openly shopped the pick, and they had to make LaMelo happen that year. Now, like I said, Dolan, the rumors can be true or they could be false. Either somebody was shopping the 2 pick, like the Warriors, which I do believe I think they really was shopping the 2 pick. And the Knicks didn't want to cough up that many assets. Or the LaMelo Ball stuff was just smoke.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that side bet I was laughing the last time, but I didn't really get to say nothing about it because you was on fire at the moment. But that's a funny ass analysis, man. If you ever played dice, man, depending on what kind of what's going on, sometimes it could get a little bit too rich. But then once it gets like that, and people start doing the side bets of $2 and all that, it's like, what the fuck?
I got a friend. He'll get mad with you if you call a little petty side bet. Like, for example, for the people who's listening, hey, you never played dice on the block or whatever.
Oh my god,
dice. He on the block, so. The bank $200, dog. So my man comes, he like, y'all got 10. My other man looked at him like, yo, pick up your money. We ain't doing no $10 little cheap side bets, little petty bets. That's what Leon Rose is doing. You went to free agency. You rolled a 1, 2, 3. You aced out. You give me Evan Fournier for $70 million. What is that?
It's funny, man. Yeah, I seen dudes get robbed at dice games for that, man. You want to do a little bet, whatever. The pot is like $500. You got a $10 bet on the side. Yo, give me that. And you know what? Give me the rest of the money you got in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? And your sneakers, man. Get out of here with that shit.
Man, give me all that. Matter of fact, man.
Damn, son.
Sherman's on fire. Jesus Christ. He came today. He was not with it right now, man. He is not with it. So, and it's funny because a lot of people, just touching back on the James Dolan subject real quick, a lot of his enemies or people in the media is people he fired. So let's be clear about that. So when he does stuff like he bans certain people from coming to Knick interviews and all that, guess what, people? I agree with James Dolan. New York media is annoying as hell.
Yeah. Shout out to Charles Oakley. Charles Oakley is a freaking BI, but to keep it clean because my pops is watching. But you know what I'm saying? He's from Cleveland too, right? Isn't he from Cleveland? So Cleveland and LeBron, you know what I'm saying? So Charles Oakley is the OG for LeBron. So LeBron gonna rock with him, and whoever rock with LeBron gonna rock with that. So that's what makes that smolder. Charles Oakley talking about he gonna have a tell-all book coming, man. I mean, like that dude is a sucker now, man. Charles Oakley's a sucker. Yeah. I don't care about how many loose balls you dove for when you was a player, man. You a sucker at 50-something years old now, man.
Yeah,
big time.
I had an OG. He dad don't like Oakley. OG like, hey man, Oakley talking all that shit. I'm him in the 1994 finals. He was running away from the goddamn ball. Why ain't talking all that shit?
Yeah. Shout out to Otis Thorpe. Otis Thorpe was busting his ass in the finals too, man. So it is what it is. Sometimes you got to tell the whole story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My kids got a higher vertical than Oakley ever had in his career. Man. You know what I'm saying?
But that goes to show you, like, now I could kind of believe some of the things Oakley said about Patrick Ewing, like the whole high maintenance and all that. That's understandable because Patrick Ewing, he, like they say, like his type of leadership style was he was kind of quiet and he just showed it on the court. That was good leadership, but it wasn't enough. Maybe you need another special player in there to get over the hump. So that's what I'm scared about with this current Knicks team. Because once again, I'm looking at last night's game and I'm like, I don't see a guy out there. I see RJ, aka Green Lantern. I don't consider RJ Batman or Robin. I consider him Green Lantern. I'm seeing Green Lantern produce, but I don't see Batman or Robin out there. And yo, keep it 1,000, man. Tyrese Maxey, Cole Anthony, we got Quickly and Deuce McBride.
It sounds bugged out. It sounds like some weird ass Yu-Gi-Oh cards or something that we picked up.
God, man.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I support y'all. I saw Earl and Clyde struggle a lot.
Oh yeah.
I mean, so Mr. Parrish, you're 59. The Knicks drafted their first MVP. They drafted their young core. They drafted them. And you know this, OG. Didn't you draft Willis Weed? I said Willis Weed.
Willis Weed. Did you draft Willis Weed?
Willis Weed. Willis Reed and Clyde. Y'all drafted those two guys.
Yeah.
So we got RJ. Where's my next blue chip at? Could have had LaMelo Ball. If we had Ant-Man, I'd say we title contenders right now. And I'd have said, yo, trade the whole roster, get us one more guy. If we had Anthony Edwards right now.
Yeah.
So it's tough. It's tough, dog. It's tough. I don't want to be in the middle of the road, dog. Oh my God.
Yeah. The Knicks get so close, man. If you want to talk about draft picks, say when Melo was here, we drafted KP, and all this. KP, we should have built around. We should have kept building around KP. We messed up, because time passed. We still fooling around with Melo, and then now it's time to pay KP or whatever. And now he had to make a move because we weren't making moves around him and that type of thing. So I mean, we had to reset by trading KP. Now we back in the same position. Now still not doing doing right by our guys on the roster. You know what I'm saying?
Question: does Carmelo Anthony leave if we draft Karl Anthony Towns?
I don't know, man. Karl Anthony Towns is just he's just a better, like he has more skills than KP. KP's the unicorn and stuff like that, but to this day, KP don't got no moves, man. He don't have no moves. You put a point guard on him and then that you're good. Yeah,
you can't put a point guard on Cat, but
absolutely not.
I said that to say Tim Hardaway Jr. can go to hell forever for making a game winner costing me Karl Anthony Towns. So during that rebuild with Melo and Porzingis, we didn't have 2 first-round picks in 2 years. Porzingis was here, and low key, a lot of people really don't bring that up a lot. And then when we finally get a first-round pick, guess who we picked? Frank,
Jesus, see?
Jesus.
The Knicks messed up. I mean, that's Phil Jackson. That's like a whole another pod right there. But it's relevant for now because the Knicks just made the wrong decision. We had Melo in place, we had KP in place. you have to draft at this point. You got to draft best player available. You can't be drafting for the triangle. It's like bugged out. You have to draft best player available. You got to keep the talent level up. Because you can't like rely on Melo because Melo's at the end of his career. You can't put all the your eggs in that basket. Like Melo's gonna carry the team. At his advanced age. You got to start stacking the deck and thinking about how can we make this a super team. Trade, maybe even trade the pick or whatever to try to double down and give KP and Melo extra help. Knicks didn't do none of that. They just made poor decisions. In that opportunity, and that's just brings it back. That's what we do every single time that we do well, man. We just squander opportunities to do well.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, OG coming with the fire, I see, huh?
Yeah.
He coming off the fire.
Yeah, I was gonna pull my titties out if he gave another super chat. My titties was coming straight out, man.
So I say this to you, OG. I believe in karma. I believe in fate. I believe in the higher power. I believe in Allah, God, Jesus. I believe in all of that. I believe that there's a devil as well. So I believe it's God's plan. God's plan was to give us RJ Barrett. I don't want Zion. He's Majin Buu. Every day. Everybody. I didn't mean to call him Majin Buu, but damn.
Well, if you know Dragon Ball, man, whatever the fuck, you get it. Yeah. You get it. That's why I'm laughing. So anyway, go ahead.
So Zion is Majin Buu. He has yet to play a full season, and the man has not shot a mid-range jumper. That's scary for me. And he cannot defend, and he relies on athleticism to get a lot of his baskets. Dog, I've seen that story before so many times. I've been watching basketball for 21 years. I am so good on that story. The recent story of a player like that, Blake Griffin. Not really a good defender, explosive. He's not as generational as Zion, but he gets explosive. I'm good on Zion, brother. I'm good on John Morant. I'm good. I take RJ every time. You don't break the timeline. Kane cannot break that timeline. I'm good. Yeah, man. Can't break the timeline, bro. You gotta draft. You have to draft Frank. You have to draft Knox in order to get Steve Mills booted. Yeah. And to draft RJ and get Randle in free agency. That's the way life goes. I don't want Porzingis on the max. It is what it is.
Yeah. My pops just said bring KP back, right? So I mean, after KP's off this contract, him at center right now in our situation, that'd be ideal. Right? Imagine if we can get KP next year in the offseason. Of course we're not gonna pay him 30, close to 40. But like if you was to get KP for 17 million to play center for us, would you do that? Yeah, he can shoot the three and he blocks shots, man.
You know why that question hurt?
What happened? I got a headache now, man.
It hurts because him and Randle could have been front court teammates. That's one. Two, it hurts because I wouldn't mind Porzingis coming back. Once you one of my draft picks, I could always find a little love for you somewhere in my big heart. I could find some love for you somewhere.
Yeah, you got a KP jersey in the crib?
Nah, man, I threw that shit out. Man.
Yeah, I know a lot of people will be like, damn, I never got to wear that KP jersey, man. We traded him and shit. So if you get him back, it's like, yes, I get to wear my KP jersey. Yeah.
So it's tough, man. It's tough. But that's a good question. Like, what if Tim Hardaway Jr. doesn't make that 3-pointer? What if we get the first overall pick in that Porzingis draft? And what if we get Karl Anthony Towns? Does Melo stay? And are we, does Melo be like, wait, hold on. This kid giving me 25 and 11 off the humble. So.
Yeah, he was doing that shit off the rip, Cat. You know what I'm saying? And Cat is definitely a center, so Melo would have been at the power forward what he should have been. instead of having KP playing power forward and all that stuff fooling around. Maybe things happen for a reason, man. But like if we was to get Cat, the way things played out would have been different. But we had poor leadership, poor coaching, so maybe it would have just been all for nothing if that was the thing. But like you said, all this stuff had to happen to get us here. Because I think we do have the right leadership. Right now, they're sitting at the podium right now. They have to do something. So the light is on them now. The Leon Rose, this is your team, whatever. We're doing bad. What's your next move? So spotlight's on them now.
Yeah, the spotlight is definitely on them. For me, it's just this aspect. Okay, screw the whole almighty 4 seed, blah blah blah. Like screw the trolling. You can't realistically tell me that you want to start Kemba Walker at point guard, but then you have RJ, who is 6'6", who is 21 years old, as your best perimeter defender in the starting 5? Really? Really? And you don't even try to get me a guy who fits the archetype of really just 3-and-D. He's going to move the ball. You could have went and got me PJ Tucker and Patrick Beverly. You could have traded for Patrick Beverly. I would have been so happy with free agency. I'd have been happy.
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20 though, man.
Yeah, man.
Yo, shout out to this man, Jahlil Okafor. He was supposed to have been the next great one. The way they were talking about Jahlil Okafor. What's Jahlil Okafor doing right now? Is he even in the league?
I think he's playing overseas now. I just think, the era passed by him, yo. That's what it was. The era passed by him. He was strictly a back to the basket center, and he never developed an outside shot. So, and imagine if Phil would have took Jahlil 1. Yo, that's like taking Marvin Bagley over Luka. That might be worse.
Yeah, I think that was the guy. Jahlil, it was the Jahlil sweepstakes. If it wasn't Jahlil, it would have been Cat. We missed out on both. Thank God, man. But if let's say if Philly picked KP instead, we would have had Jahlil Okafor, bro.
Oof.
People were afraid to take KP. The Knicks took him or whatever. But if Philly took him, they wasn't afraid, then we would have been stuck with Jahlil. And then what kind of position we'll be in right now?
That's true. And shout out to my guy. Hey, bro, it's never about. I always say the Knicks are 2 years away from being 2 years away, right? And shout out to my guy, Young Simba. Yo, appreciate you, Kate. It's always. Yeah. I always say the Knicks are 2 years away from being 2 years away. Who's supposed to move the needle right now? Hey?
Yeah, getting Tucker and Pat Bev wasn't moving the needle, but what was getting Fournier and Kemba moving the needle?
It's all about building a team. You're trying to build something, right? You're trying to build a culture, right? I've said culture is not just winning. It's not about just winning, bro. Because if culture was just about winning, the Suns would have a horrible culture. Let's keep it 1,000. Yeah. And have a horrible culture, right? So don't tell me it's about just winning. Culture is about having talent and winning with that said talent and hoping and praying to God that said talent has the type of personality that people gravitates towards. Yeah. That's what I think culture is. You gotta have all the culture you want.
Yeah. You gotta have an organization that stands for something too. This is what we are, and this is what we consistently want to do as a franchise. Shout out to San Antonio. They're the blueprint for that. Even Boston, what Boston was doing there for a little while, when they had Doc Rivers and all that, they had a style of play, a way they wanted to play, just the Celtic way, the Lakers, they do it the same way. They've been doing it since Wilt Chamberlain and the logo was over there in the Lakers. They just build their franchise the same way. They've been doing it for since the 60s.
Philosophy.
So yeah.
Lakers philosophy, we gonna go whoever's the number 1 pick in the draft, we gonna go get that guy if he's a big man after 7 years.
Yeah, and if we got 50 Cent, we're gonna put that in the pot. We're gonna spend all our bread to get the best player out there, and it is what it is.
And what's crazy, is your Eddie C. He had some good liquor and smoke last night, boy. He had some, he had some, yo, it was so good. He made me forget the point I was about to say.
Well, he's in Costa Rica, man. So he got the real stuff out there.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
That's fine. That's why he'll say something like that. That explains everything.
He not even, he just drinking it straight out the tree. You know what I'm saying? Drinking it straight out the ground and shit. You know.
But you brought I got an interesting question. You know, last thing and then we can get out of here. What the hell is the Knicks philosophy? We just said the Lakers philosophy, yo. They always get the best big man available in like 7, 8 years every single time. The Knicks philosophy, back from what I've seen, this is just me from afar. I'm 31, OG, you was 59, you older than me, you got it. But the Knicks philosophy, when they was winning, was defense, playing hard. And if you want to bring current state into this, winning with their draft picks. That was their philosophy. 1970, they won a chip like that.
Yo, shout out to Paris Joker. Thank you for contributing to the super chat today, man. I really appreciate it. My pops is like what, 65 now, if I'm not mistaken. So you guys are around the same era. Paris 59, my pops 65. One thing that you guys talk about is the fact that the Knicks ball movement. You know, we won those chips not because necessarily for the draft picks and whatever. The culture of winning, being able to be unselfish, moving the ball, pick and roll, you know, that type of thing, give and go, basic basketball stuff, moving the basketball and being the real team. So you know, the defensive chant started with the Knicks in the 60s. You know, so you know everything that you said, you know, is correct. It's the tradition. You know, we've lost it, you know, throughout the years, whatever. But you know, you know, my little speech here before we get out of here is that the people that know what's going on is us. You know, my pop's been around here since the 60s. You know, Parrish is 59 or whatever. You know, Eddie C, shout out to him. He doesn't even live in the country as a Knicks fan. You know, you've been a fan for 20 something years. Me for 30 or whatever. We are the ones that give that we are the culture. You know, we know what Knicks basketball is all about. We've seen everything. We've seen it. This is a tradition that we pass on. People want to know, how could you follow such a garbage team? It's not about that. It's so deeper than that, man. We are the ones that give you the oral history and the written history and now the visual podcast history of these Knicks. So the culture, we know what the culture is, man. So I mean, they're trying to figure it out. They're trying to find it. I think this current regime is close, you know, but we need to get back to what it is. We are New York. You know, we're in a Mecca for a reason. So we need to bring it back to the essence. You know what I'm saying? I think we're very close, bro. I think we're close.
We are close, but I think you said this to me like I think it was like a month ago, 2 weeks ago. You said it to me recently. Knicks need some assholes on the team, man. This team is too nice for me, man. They're too nice. You got Kemba Walker, he's smiling, everything good. You got Alec Burks, he's getting in the interviews after the game. You know, he's talking so low. He look like he don't want to talk every time he's in front of the camera. You got Julius Randle, he looks shocked every time you were just talking to him. They asking him questions. Well, how you think the Knicks are playing lately? You know, we're gonna have to see when we look at the film. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear anger. Kobe Bryant, God rest his soul.
Yeah, man.
He really babied this generation, our generation, with competitive spirit, bro. He really did, bro. I remember the night that man tore his Achilles. He tore his Achilles. I was watching the game. It was on ESPN. He tore his Achilles against the upstart Warriors, the baby Warriors. Yo, after the game, Kobe's all the reporters in his face. He answered every question for an hour straight, tears with his eyes watering. I'm like, that right there, that's leadership. That's what I need. I like that right there. God got to deliver the Knicks one of those. That's what we need right there.
Yeah, speaking of that too, but when he came back to his last couple, his swan song, whatever he was doing his last games and stuff, they had kids, So I'm quite sure that there was a lot of, Julius Randle was a part of that. All the guys they had. I bet you they was Lakers fans like, damn man, play the kids. Kobe was like, man, fuck them kids, man. Fuck them kids. I'm gonna shoot 40 shots tonight. I'm about to get 20 points. You know what I'm saying? Fuck development. These guys suck. They need to get it together, and that's it.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie though. You gotta let Kobe rock, yo. He's so entrenched in your organization that you gotta let him rock. I remember Max Kellerman talking about how the Lakers paid Kobe Bryant too much. They paid him 25 million a year. If Kobe was a Knick, Dolan would have gave him 50 million a year at 37 years old. You kidding me?
Yeah. We already seen that story, man. Allen Houston, Allen Houston, his contract was equivalent to a $50 million contract for today. So we've been there, done that already.
Yo, real quick, I seen the Knicks signings each year, right? From 2001. Yo, they made, so in 2004, I think, what year did they sign? They did some bad moves. Oh my God. It was like a bad move at the bad move at the bad move. The Knicks also traded top 5 picks, and both of those picks I think one pick turned into LaMarcus Aldridge, another pick turned into Joakim Noah, who was too lit for New York, by the way.
Yo, stay. Isaiah Thomas is watching, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yo, be careful what you say, man. You're treading some dangerous waters, man. Isaiah Thomas is watching.
Yeah, shout out
to Isaiah Thomas, man. Yo, for those that don't know, Isaiah Thomas came for State on Twitter, man. You want to talk about trolls? Like you guys are going at him today. Isaiah Thomas himself, went after State, for one of his stakes, man. So
yeah, he was mad as hell too. I could tell.
You can tell.
This little young punk, you don't know shit.
You can tell he's there with his reading glasses and shit. Like, this motherfucker ain't gonna do it. You don't know who I am. Isaiah Thomas, Chicago, motherfucker.
Oh man. OG, with all due respect, I don't even want to talk about Mitch. I don't want to talk about Mitch. Yo, people was glowing about Mitch getting 18 rebounds against a nobody. That's how far this fan base is falling.
But you see the middle of the tweet though. I mean the comment. He said, "Now Sims will play."
OG, did you know Sims is on protocol too at the moment, or you forgot?
Is he still on protocol?
Yes. Taj Gibson is the only available center on the roster. Center.
Damn, what kind of COVID Sims got, man? Hopefully he's all right.
Nah, it's the rotation COVID. You know how that go. Let's get Randle out of there for a couple games. Let's see how the kids look. One of those.
Yeah, man. I bet you it's Kobe, man. I bet you Kobe's the one that's doing that from up above and stuff.
Above. Oh
yeah, the basketball guards.
Let's see how the Knicks kids are with no Randle. God bless Kobe's soul, man. God bless his soul, man.
Absolutely.
I'm a Knicks fan, man. It's just certain players that you love. Yo, he was one of those players that I love Kobe so much. I legit got a Kobe painting on my wall in my crib.
Yeah.
I got a Kobe painting, and I just recently ordered Patrick Ewing. Don't kill me, but I got a Patrick Ewing, RJ Barrett painting on the way. So hopefully they don't trade my boy.
What did you say? You got a painting?
I said exactly what you just heard.
Oh my God, man. But yo, shout out to Kobe, man. But he passed away and everything, man. So I had bought this shirt just before he passed away, man. This freaking right here.
Dope. That's dope.
Yeah. Shout out to let me get the name right. This is In My Lifetime tee. Shout out to In My Lifetime, man. I bought this from his hands at Clyde's Wine and Dine. Look at that.
Oh, that's fire. Yeah, that's fire. I might have to get that
man.
Hoodie, man.
But
man.
I forgot what I was gonna say, man. But I mean, whatever. I had a point, but fuck it.
Yeah, man. I guess we got into everything, man.
Yeah, we always get into everything. When do we not get into everything?
Hey man, it's a lot of narratives going on right now. I just wanted to stick to the important ones, man. At the end of the day, we all just want to win. We criticize these players because we know y'all got to hear about these players, but we really want to get on the coach. But we know it's not firing Tibbs season until next season, so we just try and wait on it. I'm just waiting on it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say fire Tibbs either. Yeah, it's a process to this thing. Stages to it.
Yeah. Well, on here I'm not gonna say fire Tibbs. On my Twitter though, I'm gonna say fire Tibbs all damn time because he'll coach a good game one night. No, he hasn't coached a good game to me in about a month. So, yeah, man, put up the screen.
Yeah. Shout out to still Knicks fans too. Before we get out of here,
shout out to still Knicks fans, man. Appreciate you, man. Google Pod, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Alexa, iHeartRadio. Y'all see us in here talking about the Knicks, man. It's the day after New Year's Eve. I was out yesterday until 5 a.m. I wakes up today. I'm off about 2 hours of sleep. Still got to record my Knicks. Appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Salute. Yeah, salute is the word, man. Salute,
man. Dog, man. We definitely want to talk. I'll probably see you tomorrow, man, after the game, because these next 3 games, man, we gotta hit the narratives early.
Yeah. You already know, man. Knicks don't stop, man. All day, every day for us Knicks fans.
Yes, sir. Oh, and appreciate your pops too, man. Shout out to Eru Senior. I'm gonna call you Eru Senior, man. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, fellas.
Peace.
If you see these dogs in your front yard, just know upstairs I'm going hard.